Okay, let's get into our contacts tab. So here we have the contact tab or contact list. Here you can find all of your contacts and new leads that come into System.io. If anyone uses any one of your forums, whether it's an opt-in, webinar, blog, whatever the case may be, they will be saved on this list. So the information that you're going to get here is, first of all, a date in which the contact was added. You're going to get the email address. You're going to get the tag. And if you click on the email address, you will be able to see all the information about that particular contact. First of all, you're going to see a name and an email address. You're going to see the contact's affiliate ID if they have one. You can also unsubscribe that contact, which is called scrubbing the list. You don't want to keep people on your list that are not responsive, obviously. In the future, you can see the date and time when the contact was added to the list. You can also see the page that they came from, obviously. In this example, we're going to use the webinar registration page. So if you click on that, you'll be able to see the editor for the page. And again, you'll be able to see the form that was used when they subscribed and when they were added. Another feature here in the Contact SAP is that you can add a contact manually, which is really cool. The only thing that you have to have is the person's email address. Everything else is pretty much optional. But there are some rules that you absolutely have to follow for this. So obviously add the rest of the information. If you have it, you can select the tags that you want the contact to have. These are really important for list management. Again, you want to be able to segment your list, and these tools will help you organize your email list and make things a lot easier. You can see in this example, we just choose this one and save. Now it's added to the list. Another cool feature that's really important, especially for new users that might be coming from another platform and want to continue using their old list, is the import contacts feature. So once you click import contacts, you're going to find this is super to read. You got to go through it real quick. It'll just tell you what the rules are, just to keep your deliverability kosher for your users. After reading that, you can import your CSV file. It has to be a CSV. After that file is uploaded, you can choose the type of delimiter. It really depends on what you have, but it's usually by a comma. So for this one, let's use the comma and then organize the information accordingly. First name, last name, all that fun stuff. And then you can click import, and that's it. As you can see right here, it's been imported. In this example, that was just a new contact. But if you had a bigger list, this would be super convenient because you won't have to add your contacts manually. So as you import your list, you're going to see your contacts are here. You'll be able to see all of them when they were added. Again, everything else is all right here in the main dash. Okay, so let's say you have a big contact list, because of course that's what we're aiming for, right? You want to be able to easily organize and manage those contacts and not have to go one by one making changes or analyzing metrics. And that's where the filters on the left come in. This is so that you can basically search for pretty much anything. I can choose an email. When I get this option, you get to look at what it contains. You can start with, ends with, just any specific keyword that you might want to look for. So it's pretty simple to do. And as you can see here, we can go through. We can jump around and go, oh, hey, let's look at a contact. We can separate them by tags, which is kind of cool. If you go back to the contains filter, again, you can go first name, last name, whatever the case may be. So we can go through and actually drop that list down and go into country, city, zip code. You can get really super specific about what you're looking for, where, why. You can look at the tags. What is it tagged with? You can, or not tagged with, or no tag at all in this case. again, you've got a ton of options to be able to look for people, because you're going to have to scrub your list and take a look and see who's active, who's not active, because you don't want to waste time sending leads out to people that are not active, obviously. So for this example, we could go with, let's just say tag 1, and it'll show us, oh, here's a couple contacts that are tagged with tag 1. We can go in there and turn that off. Hang on 1 sec. There you go. We can go date added. You can on or after, on or before, the actual date that it was added on specifically. So it'll show you dates. You can go in and pick a specific date or a range of dates, and it'll show you exactly who it was referred by, as well as when it was added. We can turn that off real quick. We can go into email activity and take a look and say, okay, I want to check on a specific date, for instance. We can kind of poke around there, and in case maybe you had a viral project and you know that it went nuts, like a TikTok video that went viral on a certain date, you can go in and look at who opted in for that whole process, which is actually pretty cool. Gives you a chance to really segment your list, and then also to scrub out the people that aren't being very active on your list. They're not responding to emails, whatever the case may be. You can also go to all contacts, drop down. Again, we can look at who's active, who's not active, who's bounced. And the bounced is basically people who can't, they cannot receive your emails because their email address is either bogus, or they typed it in wrong, or they forgot to add something. Again, these are people that are never going to get your emails, so there's no point in having them on your list. You can also take a look at people that unsubscribed, just to get an idea of, who was on the list, who left. Maybe they'll leave a comment, let you know why. You can take a look at who's made a payment. So anybody who's purchased anything from you, what the type of payment is, whether it's recurring or one time, or they have not made a payment yet. So maybe they came, they looked at something, maybe they bailed, and they didn't purchase anything. So again, those are people that are kind of warm. You might want to add them to a different list, and then you can kind of follow up with these people and resend them the offer. Maybe they just forgot about it. You never know. So occasionally you can get an extra 10 to 20% of income out of that deal. There's also multiple features and filters. Again, you can check see who the affiliate was. You can check by ID. If you want to say add a contact to, add a tag to a contact, you can do that as well. You can select one or multiple, and go in there and say, okay, well, look, this guy bought something from me. Let's add a tag to put him on another list, which is, oh, this person purchased a thing from me. So there's another list. They're hot. They like what you've offered or have to offer. So you can offer them complimentary courses, something that goes with or adds to whatever it is that they've already purchased. Again, you can select one or more. You can take a look and see if you need to modify your tags. Again, so you can segment your list. If they don't have a tag, you can easily add one, and then say what they are. Okay, this is a warm tag. This is somebody who came in from a webinar. This is somebody who came in from a specific opt-in list. We can go back, select a couple of those people from the webinar. We can add them, unsubscribe them, move them to another list, remove their tag. Basically just move them around so that you know really specifically who's active, who's not, where they came from. Just look at all of your metrics, which is pretty cool. You can also import that as a CSV file, so that way you have a backup. You do have a few other options as well, especially, like I said, going to the export feature. You can pick and choose which parameters you want included in that list that you're going to export. which again gives you a backup. And